our hometown. This is Kearney Live on 102.7 FM, our hometown radio station. Kearney Live is presented by Kearney Trust, 310 West 92 Highway in Kearney, 816-628-6666. And now here's the hosts of Kearney Live, Mike Davis and Jim Dickerson.
That's right. Thank you. Thank you. I need to scrunch down a little bit there. How do you like that, Brian? How you like that? You like
that's
apples?
Very good. Yeah, that's very
you
good.
Like those
I like
apples.
It. Yeah,
I know.
great.
We were just doing our pre-show calisthenics here a moment ago. Jim started them, and he was doing jumping jacks. However, they were the sitting version of jumping jacks.
What?
Yeah. Show them, Jim.
Jim.
I'm not going to show them that, but my favorite part was we were getting in here. We've been sitting here for an hour getting ready for the show, and right as the music's playing and all that, and Mike's over here trying to get it. We had an hour to get that all done, but
Jim,
anyway, I digress.
Jim needs to pick on me because he's got nothing else. That's the way he does.
It's in my contract.
I know it. That is Jim Dickerson, the one, the only, and there's no other like him. Certainly.
That's
very true. He's the one and only.
And he's there. That's why there is so much sympathy, as you indicated, for your wife. The fact that she not only married you, but she's endured it for a number of years now. What, 13?
14.
Wow. Okay. I mean, that's good long time. That means.
And we knew we dated a good 4 or 5 days before we got married.
So she had an exit strategy early on that she did not take advantage of, certainly. But I think any of us guys know that we all probably married up, and we're pretty darn lucky to have any woman that actually wants to share a home with us, much less a bed. So, you know what I mean? And I'm sure you do. Nah, come on now.
Okay.
Just clean it up, all you people. I mean it. You are listening to the most popular show on the planet. On the planet, right?
Wait, when did we get on the planet? The most popular on the planet?
Well, all right, let's just reel it in a little bit.
Okay.
It's certainly in Kearney, Missouri.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. And Brian Watts, our producer-engineer, is responsible for, as we've indicated, all of the problems that we've had recently here at the radio station. I'm kidding. He's responsible for all the good stuff. And were it not for him, we would not be on the air. Probably, I know we wouldn't be doing the simulcast video.
Hey, before we
jump right in, Jim.
I will.
Jump
because
right in.
You'll talk for days.
I'm trying to keep you from talking. Go ahead.
We need to say fairly well to somebody here at the station. Someone is leaving us today. They've been here for 30 days, I think. Is that right?
That's about all they could stand.
But our intern, who is in the studio with us, I don't know if the camera, does it pick him up over there?
No. Not behind me, no.
Unless
he leans over. Lean over, Gunner.
Come over, stand behind Brian. Just get right in there.
There you go.
There you go. There's Gunner.
Nicely done. Gunner will be his pittance is over at the end of the month, which happens to be today.
That was awesome.
But it's been great having him around. Thanks for coming in.
He's been terrific. You're going to be a sophomore at Kearney High School, and this morning, Gunner did his report on his summer internship with us, and we saw the PowerPoint deck. We got a glimpse of it, and it was surprisingly positive when you consider what he actually has been through here in the last 30 days.
I got to be honest. When I was thumbing through the presentation, I was a little each page. I was kind of like,
I know. We want to be careful. We learned. He did say though earlier he didn't know that anybody could swear like Jim Dickerson can. And that was interesting. He learned a couple of new words when he was in there. So the vocabulary was increased, I like to say.
Anything worth doing is worth doing right, I'll tell you that.
I know it. Yeah, I don't believe in swearing unless there's really a true need for it. And in many cases in here there is. But, welcome to the show, all of you. We're glad you're here. We appreciate you. But most importantly, I want to introduce our guest. We've got Megan Thompson, the Eastern Commissioner right here in Clay County. Welcome to the show, Megan.
Thanks for having me.
Well, You're welcome. We're glad to have you. In fact, thank you for, guess what? Donuts. You brought the donuts, right?
And where did they come from?
Slavinsky's. I will look for any excuse to go see them.
Get right in that microphone, or Brian's going to work on your levels. Here we
Uh-oh.
go. Yep.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
No,
There we go.
good.
You're good. You're good. And the interesting coincidence about Slavinsky's, who is a sponsor, by the way, we found out that Gunner's, your mom works there. Yes, he's shaking his head. Yes, and we appreciate that. What's your mom's name? Jessie.
Jessica.
Jessica. Okay, yeah, I can't hear you through my headphones, but that's okay.
Hang on just a second. I'll be right back with you. What is it?
This is more than a shout out for your mother. Gunner's mom, shout out to Gunner's mom and Slavinsky's.
So you folks know, Gunner's sitting like 30 feet from us, so we're trying. He's back in the audience section, which, by the way,
Jim's dreaming that's true.
Starting next month, the audience gets to come back in.
Oh, that's right.
So we got that coming forward.
Well, true.
So you can get your tickets now. What? Oh, they're sold out?
We have precious little in the way of
entertainment.
Any well, there's that for sure, but any useful news, although we did have top of the hour news, which sounded pretty darn good, I think.
Yep.
And great things going on. I will mention that July the 2nd is a free country music concert, right, Brian?
Yes.
Over at the amphitheater. And what else happens on July the 2nd?
It's fireworks.
Hello. That's what I'm talking about. We're going to light some fireworks here in the studio before the shows.
Right, yeah.
There
They'll
it
look
is,
just
right
like that.
there. It's nicely done, right on cue, Brian. Yeah, that would burn the building down.
So before, and I know Megan's over here patiently waiting, but before we get to Megan, I know you guys did, but the article that appeared today in the E-News about fireworks.
Yeah.
This is good.
I want you to look at me and tell me honestly that you've never done anything that's on that list where it says, please don't, and then it has a whole list of things not to do.
I can confirm or deny nothing.
I was reading it. I was like,
I did too.
Well, I may have done that.
I sent Jim a text. I said everything on that list. I think I hit most of those, the things that you're not supposed to do. But I was much younger. I was younger than Gunner, and Gunner is soon. You'll be 16 soon, right? Yeah, shaking his head. Yes.
Gunner, you ever blow anything up with a firework?
And if so, tell us about it.
Okay, well, moving on.
Man. Oh, that's great. Megan, the thing about having you in here, congratulations, by the way, on being Eastern Commissioner, because I think the last time you were in here, you were still running. Right?
I was, yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, my memory, if memory serves, and it doesn't often. But so we don't have any real controversy.
No, we're boring. We're boring
Well,
all day.
Yeah, thanks for saying we. We appreciate that. And that kind of goes without saying. But in all seriousness, and I'm going to do my best, as I was looking here on the internet before you came in, it says here, New Clay County Commission takes significant action. And I love a headline that really says nothing. But what sort of significant action would you say that the new commission has taken?
Yeah, no, since coming in January, we have accomplished a lot in a short amount of time. We're in, July now? So
we're keeping it general here.
Yeah. So we have, I'm going to give a quick overview. So we did the balanced budget. We were to give our sheriff's department an additional $2.5 million. We got rid of all the high price, overfunded, out of town attorneys that we were using. We got rid of those silly lobbyists.
Right.
We paid an employee for hours that she was needing to be paid for.
Let's talk about that. I want to stop right there. You can continue. I know there's a significant list, but I think that's a neat story. We talked about it off the air.
Yeah, no, there was back in 2019 when we saw some of the property tax increases coming along for Board of Equalization. We kind of saw the red flags. So we, as the clerk in the clerk's office, we went to the commission and said we need some additional help. We need to be able to get through this so we're not just trampled. So long story short, they allocated a little bit of funds, but then they wanted to have special parameters where I had to use an outside agency. Wasn't going to be cost effective. We ended up actually saving the county hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Right.
Serious money, by hiring this woman who already worked in the clerk's office to help us perform these duties. And she worked these hours. She did her job, and our commission refused to pay her. So we have been able to make that right this year, because anybody who works a full day of work and they do what they need to be doing, they need to be compensated.
Right.
There needs to be fair pay for this. So.
Yeah. Yes. I think it's a great story, and you made it right. Fantastic. And we don't know the amount, but anybody likes a lump sum of back pay. Let's just put it that way.
So,
you know?
but along with making things right, you mentioned too the sheriff's department. So I'm sorry, sheriff's office.
Oh, nicely done. Good catch. Good catch.
So there was with the previous commission, there was a problem with the money that they were not getting, and so you guys were able to put some more money back to them, which is huge.
Yes, no, we were very excited to be able to do this. We wanted to make sure our sheriff's department did not fall into hardships like they had in the previous years, and that resulted in lawsuits. So we were able to cut from the commission, our budget, enough money to make sure our sheriff's department had an additional $2.5 million. And this went for a lot of contractual items. This is so the jail wouldn't have to deal with all the food and the medical supplies, and they have to come back to the commission. And then they were able to do some salary reconstruction for our deputies and some of the staff. And that was very important. And I wanted to make sure, and I know my other fellow commissioners want to make sure that got done this year.
Right. And as I recall, the folks at the jail were sort of just going along. Even they were not getting paid, or at least it was slow pay.
Well, it was the contractual items.
Yes.
So we were 6 months behind
Right.
paying our vendors, and luckily they were able to say, hey, we're going to get you paid. We just have to wait until all this is settled.
Yeah.
And the new commission comes in.
And you're caught up, and that's as it should be. But these are the kinds of things that we can't talk about those now. Well, we just did, but it's nice that we're looking at them in the rearview mirror, which is great. Do you like the new sheriff?
Oh, of course. Does anybody say we don't like the sheriff? I don't know anybody who's like, I don't like our sheriff.
I've never heard anybody say, I don't like that Will Aiken guy.
He's sketchy. Nobody says that. Nobody
Right?
says that. He's a great guy.
I know it. What's not to like? I mean, he was overwhelmingly voted in.
I was going to go, well, let me think.
Except
Give
for
me a moment
Jim.
here.
Jim doesn't like anyone.
That
So that's
Will
good,
Aiken guy. Okay, before anybody, these are jokes.
Oh, man.
I don't want anybody to go,
no,
hey, he hates Will
it's,
Aiken.
it's funnier when you don't explain it. I like it. Yeah. Nicely done, Jim. But yes, I love the fact that there's, I don't know, Clay County's safer with Will Aiken at the helm.
Yeah, no, I feel safe
Yeah.
until he lets me go on a ride along, and then everybody should be worried.
Yeah, I want to hear how that goes, because that's
I
going to be
wanna-
actually.
I'm excited.
Yeah, that'll
Yeah.
be. Do you know? I mean, has it been scheduled, or do you know?
Not yet. I'm going to reach out to him. He doesn't know it, but he's going to probably get a phone call today.
Well, he knows it now. Will?
You think he's listening?
Oh, I know he's listening.
Oh, good.
Unless he's at lunch or something. So here's a question. Will brought this up when we had him on the show a couple of weeks ago, and it's kind of an interesting. So we're in a period where a lot of cities and counties are, well, not a lot. A few cities and counties are defunding their police. And so you've got this issue with Kansas City doing it. And one of the things Will talked about was how that affects the Clay County residents, because it's indirectly, because now Clay County has to come in and they've got their own things to deal with, and now they have to go cover, and so does Liberty and Kearney and all that sort of thing. Has there been any discussion within the commission, regarding that? How are we going to, now we're faced with shortfalls from another city, or do you just leave that to Will and say, make it happen?
Well, we're actually in discussions right now, so we're gearing up for next year's budget. So those actions are already being put in place, and Will's coming to us already and giving us a heads up. Like, so these are things, the projects that we're looking at that they want to complete in the upcoming year. And here's, in the next couple of years, here's some things that we need. So I feel that these are going to be constructive conversations that we're going to be having here real soon.
Go ahead, Jim.
No, I was just going to say he did mention that. It was kind of funny that for the first time since he's been with the sheriff's office here, there's actually cooperation all the way around. He's like, we're all communicating and talking about what we're going to do and how to best do it, instead of everything being an argument. So
yeah, you got to love
it. Kind of leaves you, well, from our standpoints in here, we're like, well, we can't, nothing to talk about there. And But unlike I love it.
Yes.
I think it's great. And like some other news places, I'm not going to mention their name, CNN, but we don't need the controversy. We're good.
Well, we could make stuff up like they do, and they do. They make it up. There's another sort of headline here, and these, as it applies to Clay County, the Clay County Commission. We've got Megan Thompson in here with us, by the way, today, which is really fun, and thanks for the donuts. We love the donuts. But the commission halts controversial annex, Megan. Thank you for that, by the way. And my question would be, what are the next steps? What happens to that? Well, it's kind of it's a hole that's in right now. The photo I'm looking at's got water in the hole, and it looks like a baseball field that flooded. But anyway, so what are the next steps with the land as it applies to Clay County?
Yeah, no, we're actually in discussions of this, and we're hoping to be able to bring this to the citizens to have open discussions here very soon.
Oh, great.
So
imagine that.
I know. So we have to do some of our stuff, unfortunately, the ugly stuff on our end, and kind of just navigate the grounds the rest of the way. And then we're going to be opening up to meetings and letting some people see what's going on. But there is no desire whatsoever to build anything on that site.
And I have a follow-up on that, but I am told we need to go to a break.
Take us to break, Jim.
We will follow up on that when we come back. You're watching and listening to Kearney Live on the radio, on TV, or wherever you are. We'll be back in just a minute. Stay with us.
Programming heard on KPGZ is being underwritten by these local businesses.
Simplify your banking, simplify your life. It's easy with Kearney Trust Company. The world has become fast-paced, and we understand that you are busy. That's why we offer a banking experience that's as simple and stress-free as can be. Kearney Trust goes beyond convenient locations and good customer care to offer banking services that make managing your finances quicker and easier than ever before. Online, bill pay, e-statements, and mobile banking are available to give you a positive banking experience so you can get back to your life and activities. Kearney Trust also provides capital to people and businesses so they can achieve their goals. Whether you know exactly what you want or just need someone to talk to about your dream, you can speak with them and work on that dream. You may just be getting off the ground or ready to move into your brick and mortar building. Kearney Trust will provide you and your business with the resources you need to succeed. Kearney Trust Company is your partner for success with 2 convenient locations in Kearney at 310 West 92 Highway and 701 Watson Drive in Price Chopper. The phone is 816-628-6666. Kearney Trust Company. Banking you can trust. Member FDIC.
Welcome back. There it is. Welcome back to Kearney Live. And we've got Megan Thompson in here with us today, the Eastern District Commissioner of Clay County. Did I say that right?
You did.
Imagine that. And thanks for being with us today. It is great to see you, and it's great to I'm so pleased that you were elected. Now, you had a paying job. You had a paying gig over there at the courthouse in Clay County before. What did you do there before?
So before I found myself as Eastern Commissioner, I was actually the county clerk for 6 years.
Yep, we knew that. I just wanted to set it up for the folks, and you just knocked it out of the park, too. Anything else on that list? I remember.
Wait.
Go ahead, Jim.
Because she had a lead in.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Okay.
This getting old thing is horrible.
It gets worse.
I make fun of Mike, but when we went to break, I completely forgot what it was I was going to say, and everybody laughed at me, but I get used to it.
That's not why they laughed at you.
That's true too. One of the things you talked about was kind of the transparency and the fact that you guys have your meetings are public and everything. You guys have started, so now you can go to the meeting. You can also watch it live stream if you want to watch it, so you don't have to physically drive out there to see what's going on, which that's new, if I'm not mistaken. I'm new as in maybe since a new commission.
Yeah, no, so it's a really great technology called live streaming. So you can sit at home in your underwear and eat barbecue and watch us.
Just described my life.
And you don't have to come into the commission hearing room unless you really want to. So that's still an option. The doors are open. You get to come in and hang out with us.
Now, see, I'm just so happy that Megan Thompson made that statement about sitting at home in your underwear and eating barbecue, because if I had done it, these guys all would have frowned and said boo and don't say that. And thank you, Megan.
My question was going to be, can I go to the meeting in my underwear and eat
No.
barbecue?
No.
That's probably good.
Yeah,
you don't want that.
No, there's no eating in the courtroom. Did you know
That's true.
that? Yeah,
That's true.
Your underwear. I don't know that there may be an exception there.
So anyway,
So fun to say underwear, isn't it? Which is funnier? Which is a funnier word, underwear or underpants?
So anyway,
Jim.
if you
Hey, set the guy up and he just lets it fall.
If I want to go watch the meeting, and I know this, I'm setting it up.
Fully clothed.
Where would one go to get access to watch said meeting?
Yeah, so if you go to claycountymo.gov, right on our front page, there's a link that'll take you straight to our meetings. It'll say, like, we're having a meeting right now. Click on it, boop, and it'll take you right there.
And if you're watching on KMO-TV, actually, I think that is the website there. And I'm trying to see, I can't see where the link is, but I'm sure it's on the page there somewhere.
Quick links over there in the lower right-hand corner.
Yeah, but I can't see
I can't see it either. I know.
Read it.
I know.
But okay, and then when are your meetings? Because I know one of the things that you guys had talked about is you wanted to change the times of the meeting to make them more accessible to everybody.
Yeah, so right now we're playing with a couple different times because we do have an evening meeting which allows citizens to come in and they can, you can come yell at me, you can come and just hang out, come ask us questions, see what's going on. So those are actually on Thursday. So the first, I have to think about it for a minute. The first Thursday and the third Thursday of the month is our morning at 10 a.m. And then it's the second Wednesday and the fourth Wednesday.
Wow.
Or at 6 p.m.
I mean, if you can't attend at least one of those, you're not trying.
Or just watch us on YouTube.
Well, there's that. Yeah. In your underwear.
In your underwear.
And your barbecue.
Or your donuts.
Ooh.
Or you could just wear pants, either one. But, let's be real. People are probably not wearing pants when they're watching this. That's okay.
I was watching it the other day because I have no life, and I'd like to say for the record, I had pants on. I'm just going to throw that out.
There's one who actually had trousers on. It's another funny word, trousers.
I digress.
Yeah. Now, I did want to get back to all of the things that you have accomplished in the very short time that you have been a commissioner. Now, you brought a lengthy list, as I recall, or not. Did we get through all of that? Because I felt like I interrupted you because I love the story about the clerk who got paid retroactively, which was really a neat story.
Yeah, no, I'm really glad we were able to take care of her.
Yes.
In that she really needed to get compensated for the hours that she
Well,
worked.
yeah.
So we were really excited. There's so much. So I made a little cheat sheet with me here.
Good.
So, we restored all the public comments. You can come in and talk to us and see what's going on. We're live streaming the meetings. We got rid of all those high price out-of-town lawyers. We got rid of all those lobbyists. We're currently doing some renovations on our current annex. So we just recently approved, a month and a half ago, to put on the roof.
This is the one over there off of Vivian Road, yeah.
Yeah, 48th Street, our current annex.
Okay.
With the location that's actually really
Yeah.
convenient for people.
Yeah.
We're going to do some of that deferred maintenance and just get it so it's
Nice.
we can keep our departments there.
So are you bidding different projects, or how does that work? You have just picked a thing and said, get somebody in here and fix it, or how's that work?
So we have a lovely woman who helps us with that. Her name is Miss Donna, Donna Kuntz, and she has taken everything out to bid, and it's already underway.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah.
Right. And you'll just sort of go along until you run out of money, or what? I just want to know. I want to know the process.
Yeah, so that was actually
I highly doubt that's in the bid.
All right.
Until you run out of money.
Thank you.
Not
Jeff.
till we run
laugh.
out of money. We're actually really good about
Right.
staying within budget and utilizing the funds that we
Unlike
currently have.
previous commissions. I can point that out right here on the air. On Kearney Live. Brian likes it. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that.
Brian gives it a thumbs up.
So
you were saying before he interrupted?
I think that's probably it. At least all I
I
can
didn't
think of right
interrupt.
now. So I think I went through most of my list of things that came to my mind. We've just had a lot going on.
So, yeah, but you guys, I will say this, because you did the budget. You guys knocked the budget out, like, quick. And it seemed to replace a lot of the stuff that had been left out in the past. And I haven't heard a whole lot of... So in the past few years, and we'll just leave it at that, there was, every time budget came up, there was argument galore. And I just haven't heard that this time. And that's with all the public videos, public comments, you let people back in, all that sort of thing. But it sounds to me like you would always want more money. Everybody does. But it seems like you guys were able to put together a pretty good budget in pretty short order.
No, we were very proud of the budget we were able to put together. The proposed that was kind of given to us to go off of as a floor plan was not sustainable. It was not going to work. So we basically had to take it back to square one, and it wasn't just the commission. We had our county administrator, our interim county administrator, Tom Salisbury. We had a retired Steve Sirks who came back. He used to work for the sheriff's department, and we brought him in as our budget consultant. We have, our Victor Hurlbert, our auditor. We had Bob Nance. We have our treasurer. We have numerous other employees in the county, and we just got down and just hit the ground running.
you all sat in a room at the same time, or this was over a course of months or weeks or so?
We did this all in the month of January, and we sat in many meetings. We talked about all these things. They sat with the commissioners individually. They had meetings with themselves. They brought things to us. We all decided. It was a lot of meetings and a lot very fast, but we got it done, and we were very proud of it.
And no dissenters to speak of, which is incredible. I mean, really, it truly is. Even in a family, there's always somebody that says, I don't want to do that. No, we don't. I hate that idea. So, right?
Yeah, I think that's what the part of coming into our new commission.
Thanks for acknowledging.
Well, yeah, we had no problems. There was no squabbles.
I know,
of course, everybody wants more money, but everybody, I think, walked away satisfied with knowing that they could run their departments and their offices. And the commission, we took it. We just basically we were like, gouge it. Take all that fluff and frill and the money that we just had sitting around that we didn't need. Just put it to the departments, like our sheriff's department that really needs it.
And didn't you? So you had the outside legal counsel with the prior commission. How did you resolve that? You got rid of the outside folks, but you brought a new one in internally, didn't you?
We did.
So I'm going to ask a question that you probably can't answer. Why didn't they do that before? Because that saves, I want to say you came close to $1 million. Am I wrong?
You were not wrong.
So the question is, why wouldn't you do that before? I know you weren't there, but...
Well, I kind of was. I was, but not on the commission.
Right, but you weren't on the commission, right?
Well, it's funny. So the guy who is our county counselor now used to be our county counselor. And then they replaced him with these out-of-town law firms.
And so my question is, why? I mean, that makes no sense to me. Unless he was doing something that was like he wasn't holding up his job, which clearly he was. So they brought in all these outside people who have the other problem with bringing in outside counsel like that is they don't have any vested interest other than billable hours. I mean, they're not.
Imagine that.
Well, yeah. There's that. But they don't have any vested interest in what happens in the county, where the current one does.
I can speculate, but that's all I can really do. I don't have a concrete answer of why. previous actions were taken.
It's almost a rhetorical question because you're
I know it, Jim.
Why would you get rid of that which is working and then bring in and spend much more money?
And listen, I've just found a story here. This goes back to April 3rd, 2018, and a Fox 4 Problem Solvers column. It's interesting that it said that the county, this was back in 2018, is on edge following a Fox 4 investigation where 2 elected officials have received concerning letters from the county after the story aired. It also mentions you here. It says Clay County Clerk, back when you were the clerk, Megan Thompson is one of 2 elected officials who publicly shared concerns about spending and accountability in Clay County and indicated that receiving 2 threatening letters from Clay County Counselor, and I don't think it matters to mention the name of to represent Clay County and other elected officials. So this was all a part of those outside firms who were sending you threatening letters? Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've actually received a few of them over the years.
Wow.
Yeah, just for doing my job.
Yeah. This is the sort of thing that was going on. This is the night and day difference, the dichotomy of Clay County from just 1 year ago. Not even that, 6 months. All right, 7 months now, right?
Yeah, no, it's. I will say right now what we are in July of 21. We've been in here for going on 7 months. This is an example of what can happen when professionals can get together and we work for the betterment of our community. We're not coming in with our own plans. We're not coming in to do something mischievous. We're coming in for the betterment for our community and to clean up a mess. And those are the things that can happen. We're not in the news. We achieve all these great things and we don't send threatening letters and we don't hire overpriced attorneys.
I mean, as an elected official, and we like to think of elected officials, ideally, as public servants, and you're there to serve the county. And here it is, out of nowhere, you get a threatening letter from an outside attorney, a law firm that has nothing to do, they're not an elected official, have nothing to do with taking care of the citizens of Clay County, Missouri. What were you thinking when you get a letter from an attorney? I mean, it was laughable, or what was your response to that? What was your reaction?
Well, that one there, I'd have to try to recall because unfortunately I've been on a lot of
long time ago,
Fox 4 news stories,
Yep.
And I have received a number of unfortunately threatening letters from.
Yeah, well, in a general sense, what is your response to that?
It was frustrating.
Yeah,
it was frustrating. And this is the county council that was supposed to be representing all of us.
Yes.
They didn't. They made it very clear to me that they had none of my office's best interests at heart. They were not going to represent us. So there for a couple of years, the clerk's office was kind of floating out there without that. That's, luckily we don't need representation. We weren't doing anything weird, but we didn't have a county counselor. So if we ran into a situation, we couldn't have somebody to call and just be like, what do we do in these circumstances? So it was just frustrating.
Right. Yeah. And so we're not really trying to unearth any of these, the things that went on in the past. I mean, we probably ran them into the ground on this radio station over the course of the last, a couple of years. But the fact is that what I'm trying to do is to paint the picture of the contrast between a commission and really an entire county that seems to be, from all indications, getting along and getting things done. And guess what? Saving the county money. Wow. I mean, you must be proud.
Well, I am very proud of our whole community, and there's so much possibility and moving forward and growth for Clay County, and I'm excited to be part of that and going in that direction instead of just those negative articles and the bickering and the fighting. It's like what kind of great things can we do here in Clay County and be here for our citizens?
But so now I'm a little nervous because that we've got this new Constitution thing, and when that was brought up and put into play or voted on and got on the ballot and all that, one of the things it was trying to prevent was what was going on at the time. So you always had a 2-to-1 vote all the time Jerry lost every time. It was real clear what was going on. And so the new Constitution was kind of designed to prevent that from happening. However, now we've gone the other direction. We have a commission that, as far as we can tell, is getting along. Things are getting done at a rapid pace, by the way. Everything, I mean, you've got the commission, the treasurer, the Victor, all those things working together like it's supposed to. And now we're going to have to add a dynamic to it, and that is in 2022. Is it next year?
The election will be for next year.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now we're going to go from 3 commissioners to...
Was it 5 or 7?
7.
Yeah.
Does it happen all at once? I can't remember.
It does.
So, yeah, now we're going to change the whole dynamic, and I'm a little concerned we could upset the apple cart.
Maybe.
I mean, it's like we fixed it. I'm not saying it's going to happen.
Right.
I'm just saying, now I'm like, oh, we got a good thing going here. Now I'm nervous.
Well, I think this is kind of some uncharted waters for us here in Clay County, but I know I'm going to do my very best to make sure that we move forward with our new form of government professionally and as organized as we can, and for a good outcome.
Right. So we've got 3 now. Wait a minute, I have to do math. Stand back. The sparks are flying. There will be 4 new commissioners that will be elected.
I believe that's right.
Before, the election for those commissioners is in 2022, right? Mm-hmm. Is that a fall or a spring election, or would
it should fall just in our basic fall election? So the sign up time will be in that February-March period, and then it'll be
All right. Well, let's come back and talk about that. We've got Megan Thompson with us today.
Give us time to research real quick.
Yeah, exactly right. You're listening.
We talked about it for months on end, and now we can't remember.
Well, and then I don't remember
look
much, Jim. Thanks for staying with us. We'll be right back. You're listening to Kearney Live.
A special thank you going out to underwriters like these for their support of KPGZ.
Simplify your banking, simplify your life. It's easy with Kearney Trust Company. The world has become fast-paced, and we understand that you are busy. That's why we offer a banking experience that's as simple and stress-free as can be. Kearney Trust goes beyond convenient locations and good customer care to offer banking services that make managing your finances quicker and easier than ever before. Online, bill pay, e-statements, and mobile banking are available to give you a positive banking experience so you can get back to your life and activities. Kearney Trust also provides capital to people and businesses so they can achieve their goals. Whether you know exactly what you want or just need someone to talk to about your dream, you can speak with them and work on that dream. You may just be getting off the ground or ready to move into your brick and mortar building. Kearney Trust will provide you and your business with the resources you need to succeed. Kearney Trust Company is your partner for success with 2 convenient locations in Kearney at 310 West 92 Highway and 701 Watson Drive in Price Chopper. The phone is 816-628-6666. Kearney Trust Company. Banking you can trust. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Kearney Live. I can hear it in my headphones now. Thank you, Brian. And this is the 30th day of June. So this is the last day of June, right? Wow, I have to do that little poem, that little saying every time. Every 30th of the month I have to say, do we get an extra day? Oh. But tomorrow's July 1st. And for all of you out there who will be celebrating our nation's independence, enjoy yourselves and be safe. And don't do what Gunner might do with fireworks. I know our
we're
intern.
not supposed to talk about the cantaloupe and the M80, but what day is the fireworks, Brian? Here
July 2nd, Friday.
What day is that?
Friday,
July what?
2nd.
Okay. Well, they kept.
I'm sorry.
They,
I'm still laughing
Mike's
about
lost
the M80. The M80 and the cantaloupe is a true story, folks. I don't know who did that, but it's a funny one.
Yeah. It'd been funny if they would have taken like a hinge and made the cantaloupe open with a hinge. Oh, what they did.
Yeah, maybe rolled it down a pathway. I don't know. There's some funny stories.
Went to a lot of effort.
Studio.
So anyway, Megan, how are you doing? Everything
Good.
We do have Megan. Megan Thompson is with us. She's the Eastern Commissioner for Clay County, and you also you were an elected official before, which is at Clay County. So you're familiar. You know what was going on inside those walls, the hallowed halls.
Yes, I know all the terrible things and the good things.
Yeah, but there are great things happening. Yeah, and when we went to break, we were talking about, just before we left, we talked about the new commissioners come in, and it seems all of us, as the Constitution changes here in Clay County, I think we're collectively in this room anyway uncertain as to how the 4 new ones will enter in. But we do know you will still be in office as those at the time in I guess fall of 2022, when the 4 new commissioners would be elected. You're still going to be there.
Yes, I'll be here.
And Jerry would be up for election on the 2022. Yeah, okay. And does it seem like Jerry's been there forever?
Jerry actually came in when I did as clerk back in when we ran in 2014 for 15. So we came in as the new kids. And so we've kind of been through, it's like all the trauma together. It's like we've been in the trenches, and a little PTSD. And it's like, what's that over there? It's like, it's okay. It's all right. So, yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so an M80 and a cantaloupe would startle you then with your county PTSD.
Well,
right?
an M80 and a cantaloupe should startle anybody, especially if they, and I'm not saying you should do this, but if you were to cut the cantaloupe, I learned this today, you can cut the cantaloupe in half, go to Walmart or Lowe's or Home Depot and get a hinge and put it on the cantaloupe.
We are not.
You probably need some screws, and then you flip the cantaloupe
Jim,
open and you put an M80 in
crickets,
it, close
please.
it.
That's, just too much detail.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not here. Thank you, Brian. And I'm not here to incriminate anybody's intern, especially ours. I wouldn't want to incriminate anybody.
You know, if you did something like that, they'd probably call you Gunner. Anyway, so you guys have a bicentennial coming up.
We do.
See how I did that segue?
Loved it. Mm-hmm. Loved it.
You have an event coming up.
Wait, tentatively, yes. Yeah, so we have the Bicentennial of Missouri, which will happen this August.
Thanks for not saying Missouri.
Oh, no.
Who does that?
That would be like saying Mississippi.
Exactly.
That would be dumb.
Glad we got that straightened out. Enough of that silliness.
And then Clay County Bicentennial will be in January.
So, you know what was sad is we had to do math and figure out what the bicentennial was. So it's 1821 to 1921.
Well, that's 100. That's the 100.
It was my understanding there would be no math. But what do you guys plan?
He failed.
What's the committee planning?
Well, I'm not 100% sure. They haven't told us yet, but this has recently been formed by the county commission, is we created a commission of 11 citizens of our community who are putting together some kind of bicentennial extravaganza. I'm not sure if it's going to be...
I love an extravaganza.
Right?
Yes.
Like ice cream social, something fun, something to look forward to. It's summertime, and then we'll have something in January, and there's a time capsule. It's going to be a good time.
It really sounds fun. Yeah, let's talk about that time capsule. I was up at at Liberty the other day. We were doing some work with Jerry, and he showed me the place where the capsule is buried on the west side of the courthouse. And none of us was quite sure exactly how they will. There was a concrete, it looked to me like a concrete slab over the top of this thing. I mean, if anybody, nobody's getting in there. Without heavy equipment.
How big was it?
I mean, I'd say about like your front step, something like that.
And
a doorstep.
And it's from what, 1970?
Would have been. It was 70-something. We remarked that he and I both were Oak Park High School graduates of 1973, and it was just shortly after our graduation, and so we're not quite sure what's in there. It was before the disco era.
Well, so that brought up an interesting point. We were talking a little bit before the show. There are a lot of places that are starting to uncover these time capsules, and some of them are old. I mean, like 100 years old, and we started to wonder how many of places where we've rebuilt something and we plowed through a time because you don't go through looking for them. How many of them did we miss out there?
Yeah.
Now everybody's going to be
digging
through their yards looking for time capsules. But there's they found one in Excelsior the other day from 1963, I think, hidden in a wall of an old building.
This is real. This is a good story.
Yeah, it just happened.
You got a minute, Megan?
I do. I got nowhere to be.
This is a good story,
well,
actually.
No, I wanted to hear about the bison. Well, the thing in Excelsior, I guess I don't even know what they were doing, but they found it, and it's got a note from... it
was inside a building wall.
Yeah, it was inside a wall of a building, I think, that the guys who built the building.
Right.
I'm sure there were more than just 3 of them, but 3 of them had signed them, and one of them was, I'll just put it this way, was related to my mother-in-law.
Yes.
Which was kind of interesting because I actually saw the note, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute. So it's kind of cool.
And that was in 1963,
That was 63. Now, the funny thing was that led us to another thing. I know when I graduated high school, which was a long time ago, someone reminded us that we had buried a time capsule, and I was kind of like, I remember that.
Except
and then everybody goes, where'd we
put it? Yes.
Not one of us remembers. We're all like, I have no clue.
Right.
I mean, we would have to go get a bulldozer. I don't remember if we put it. I don't know if we buried it or put it in a. I have no clue.
This is why I think it was.
We probably should have written that down.
It is why we appreciate whoever decided to put the Clay County time capsule in a place where we won't forget. And in fact, it's
so.
Yeah,
I don't know who to ask. Are they going to open it at the bicentennial or what? Who am I talking to?
That's my understanding.
No, I think that's what we're kind of
right.
planning.
Yeah.
And I've talked to some people over at the City of Liberty, and they're interested in possibly joining with us. They're kind of excited to see what's inside that time capsule.
Right.
So I think we're going to make it a party. We're going to see what's in there.
Geraldo moment.
We're hoping not.
Open it up and there's nothing in there. Oh, well, there's a cockroach.
Ooh.
So
that'd be very disappointing.
It would be.
It'd be interesting. It'll be 70.
I don't know.
Would you say
well,
73,
it was after 73. That much we knew, but I was thinking 76 to 79 or so. But I may be wrong, but it's entirely possible. But we'll find out. But I love the bicentennial whole aspect of the state of Missouri. When you think about 200 years. Well, listen, 1821, in a lot of ways, doesn't sound that long ago. Now, it was pre-Civil War, but in the grand scheme of things, a couple of hundred years does not sound like that long.
Did you say a couple hundred
Yeah.
years?
18? Yeah.
Oh, I guess. Idiot.
No, I think he did that on purpose, but that was well done. But I don't know. I just think that it's interesting to look back on time can be tricky, especially at some of our advancing ages. You get a sense that, wow, that seemed like yesterday. And then there's other times when you just think, my God, it was years ago. I mean, it was too long ago to remember. In many cases, that seems to be the way I go through my life nowadays. But so tell us more. What are we going to do, and what do we have to do? How will we celebrate this thing? Will people just, particularly the time capsule? I'm really curious about that. Will Will they just gather folks around? Will you have to have a ticket? How's that happen?
Honestly, I'm not sure yet. So hopefully we're going to be getting a report here from our bicentennial commission.
Yeah.
And they're going to let us know kind of what they have planned and ready to roll.
Yeah, the bicentennial commission, you said, was a commission of Clay County citizens, right? How are they selected?
They actually did an application process,
cool.
with all the other boards and commissions that are done with the county. So they submitted their applications in. We collected them. Our presiding commissioner reviewed them, and he made the recommendation of who he would like to see on there. And basically, most people who applied got on. So we got 11 citizens here from Clay County and from various odds and ends and walks of life. And
sounds like fun. Yeah.
They make us a great party.
Would you like to hear some things that happened in 1821?
Yes. Do tell.
I think that our audience is on the edge of their chair.
The president
that person is
on March 4th. The president and vice president were sworn in for their second term. Do you know who that was? Who was the president? You're in school, Gunner. Good guess. Okay, James Monroe. Yeah, I wouldn't have got that either. Here's a funny one. The U.S. takes possession of a newly bought territory from Spain. Anybody know what territory it was?
Louisiana.
What'd you say? It was. I got it. It was Florida.
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
Now, my question is, how did Spain have Florida?
Exactly. Yeah, we don't know. I hear radios shutting down all across
so I'll
Kearney.
Give one more because this is important. On August 10th.
This is a beating. Go ahead.
On August 10th, what state was admitted as the 24th U.S. state?
Do you have a bell?
Why are you looking at me?
Do you have a bell ready? Yeah.
Missouri.
Hello.
Oh,
exactly.
That makes sense.
We're talking
yes.
about here?
I've had a couple babies. You forget those things,
Right.
you know.
You do have a family,
I
Megan.
have not had any babies, and I forget these things too. So.
No. And you've got a lovely family. That much we know about you. And what's your family planning for the Independence Day holidays here?
Well, we are kicking off the whole weekend tomorrow with my eldest son's birthday.
Oh, wonderful.
He's our July 1 baby. So.
How old is the young man?
Lucas is going to be 4.
Wow.
4 going on 15. So, yeah. Then there's a big and we're actually going to be doing grilling hot dogs for the county employees tomorrow.
Nice.
So he's going to come with me and help me do that and pass
fun.
out snacks. And then on Saturday, he's going to have a big party with the family and some of his friends.
Outstanding.
There'll
Sounds
be
like fun.
fireworks.
Yeah.
Probably blowing up a melon. You know how it is. You know us.
Buy some cantaloupe somewhere.
Maybe.
Somewhere there is a cantaloupe sales guy who's having the time of his life.
Yes,
Honey, I had record sales this month.
Right. I don't think that the Kearney, there's no law in Kearney about, that has said anything about blowing up produce. So I would say that it's open season on produce this 4th of July or 2nd or 3rd or maybe a day or two after. So have fun with it. Is this show over? Is it finally over? Megan Thompson, thank you so much for being with us. We sure appreciate you. It's great seeing you.
Well, thanks for having me. I'll come back anytime.
And we will have you back. And I mean soon. Don't you be ready. All right, be prepared.
I will.
As you always are. Thanks for being with us. You've been listening to Kearney Live on behalf of everybody here, including Gunner the intern. That's right, his last day here. Thank you, Gunner. We appreciate you, buddy. All of you, come back and see us again. You've been listening to Kearney Live.